Hey there. So you weren't able to make your lesson today, which is totally cool. Don't worry about it. I just wanted to make you a video, and I thought what made the most sense was for us to go back into this rhythm review sheet. Now, I can't remember if you've necessarily looked at this before, but this is a sheet that I put together that just sort of goes over some rhythm stuff. One of the things that I think as musicians we often get caught up in is that we will often choose to focus on the notes as opposed to the rhythm. And the rhythm is actually more important than the pitches, than the notes that you're playing. Because if you get the rhythm right, people will still recognize the song. For example, if I go da 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 da, everybody can usually pick up pretty quickly that that's Jingle Bells. Even if I don't go jingle bells, jingle all the way, the rhythm is more important than the actual pitch, the note itself. So there's two layers to this exercise. The first is just a quick little review of whole notes, half notes. Whole notes look like this. Whole rests look like... we don't have a whole rest on this page. Looks like an upside down hat. So you see this one right here? If this were flipped the other way around, that's what it looks like. So that's your whole rest. Half notes look like this. Half rests look like that. Oops, sorry, right there. That one where my thumb is. Quarter notes look like this. Quarter rests look like this. Eighth notes look like this, right there. And eighth rests, we don't have any on the page, so we don't have to worry about them. Now, just for a quick, brief breakdown of those rhythms, a whole note is held for 4 beats. So you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. A half note is held for 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2. Quarter note is held for 1 beat. 1, 1, 1, 1. And eighth notes, if you imagine there's a piece of pie, for example, that you and I are going to share, and we don't want to share with anybody else. We're going to split that pie in half, and each of us are going to take 1/2 of the piece. Then that means you and I both have 1/2 of a pie. We don't have a whole pie each, because when you put them together, it makes it one whole pie. We have 1/2 of a pie each. That's what an eighth note is. It's half of 1 quarter note. So when we count it, quarter notes are 1, 1, 1, 1. Eighth notes are 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and always. Rests are the same, but it's just a measure of rest. So instead of a beat, 1, 2, 3, 4 for a whole note, for a whole rest it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Half rest it's 1, 2. Quarter rest it's 1. And eighth rest it's just half of 1. So be 1 and you'd be right back in again. So what I would like you to try is to look at this first page of the rhythm review. Now, there's 2 layers to this. This is what I was talking about earlier. The first layer is to actually go ahead and clap the rhythm out loud to yourself. The second layer is to try to play the notes on your instrument. So start by first trying to clap this rhythm. So I'll give you an example. So for line number 1, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Because we're in 4/4 time, this whole page is in 4/4 time. So every measure gets 4 beats. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Rest, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first line. I gave you line number 1. The next step would be to go ahead and grab your instrument and try to play those notes on your instrument, D and A. So it's alternating all across the page. If this becomes easy for you, and you do a really good job with all of the ones in 4/4, then I would like you to try the second page where you're in 3/4. The only difference between this and this is that each beat now has each measure now has 3 beats in it instead of 4. So we can go over this again later, the second page. So this will be something that we look at in the future. But for now, I really want you to try out this first page. Give lines A, B, C, D, E, and F a shot. Try the rhythm out and see how it helps. because focusing on rhythm is surprisingly helpful. I had a really good lesson this week from a percussion instructor on rhythm, and I've been studying music for a long time, a very long time, and I had a percussion lesson with a drummer, and it blew my mind this week. It totally challenged me, and I thought I knew all of this stuff, no problem. So give it an honest try and let me know how it goes, okay? Next week, we might look at this rhythm in 3/4, but if not, look at it in the future either way. So have an awesome week. I'll see you at our next lesson.